Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to the Beauty Hustle Podcast, where we educate and elevate in the beauty industry, but also having real and raw conversation. I'm your host, Beauty the Braider Boss, and today, y'all, we are going to talk about mental health behind the chair. It is one thing that I take very, very serious, and I think that not a lot of people realize the mental battles that we deal with behind the chair. A few things that I have dealt with behind the chair, and I would say that a lot of hairstylists, braiders, or what have you that are beauty service providers, the main question that comes to mind is, am I good enough? Is my work good enough? It's an everyday battle, and it's as if we are trying to compete with not only ourselves but with other people that we see on social media. And I think that's kind of like comparison, and that's literally like the thief of joy. And not to say that I compared my craft to other people, but more so my journey, or when am I going to go viral? When am I going to really get noticed for what I truly do behind the chair? When are people going to acknowledge me, or when is the world going to see and acknowledge what I do and create? And I think that that came about a few years ago when social media really became the thing where people are showcasing their work, getting clientele. And I'm going to say for a minute, for a few years, I kind of stopped my own growth because I was so focused on the win. When am I going to actually win? And I was equating that to like going viral, becoming this big name, and and having this big following and everything like that. That's what I was comparing it to, because that's all we see. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I went wrong. And that was back in, I want to say about 2019. And that carried on into 2020. So for almost a year and a half, to be honest with you, I was battling with myself. Like literally, when I tell you the mind is a devil's playground, and he was tap dancing all over mine. And I could not get out of my own head. Like I could not get out of my own head. Like I'm telling myself what I can't do, things I'm not capable of. I wasn't posting, and when you're not posting, you're not getting booked. People are not seeing you. Like I literally stopped my own bag. I stopped my own growth because of these things that I was telling myself that weren't even true. They were not true. Like if you've been following me from the beginning, I started braiding at the age of 7. I had my first client at the age of 13, doing $90 micro braids. My mother set my prices. She set my foundation. She taught me how to shampoo, told me I needed to shampoo every client, no matter what. And that's how my journey started. And throughout middle school, high school, it was really word of mouth as to how I got my clientele, and also with me keeping my own hair done. Like I was a beast. Like a straight beast at the micro braids, and I'll insert some clips. But I had to go back to my roots. Like I didn't come up in the social media era. I think that because I didn't come from the social media era, I was kind of old school with it, like word of mouth, hitting the streets, like passing out my business cards, getting in people's faces with it. Like that's the era that I come from. I don't come from creating content, creating videos, all this just to book an appointment. Let me just say this. The old school hairstylists, we are tired. When I say tired, I mean, tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I'm so tired of creating content just to book an appointment, y'all. Just to book an appointment. Like, y'all literally have created this era of we gotta do all this extra stuff in the video just for y'all to book an appointment. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You see that I know how to do hair. If you like it, book it. Why do I gotta have all these special effects and different angles and it's unnecessary. You see that I'm cold with it, book the appointment. Okay, back to what I was talking about. So with me coming from that type of era, I'm gonna say the whole content creating, it was just like I gotta find my mojo. I need to find the way I do content. And I started to notice that like I just couldn't get it, y'all. I just couldn't get it. It was like if you go back on my TikTok and look at my content, like my content is all over the place because I was trying to figure out what people would recognize my work for because of how I edit my content, if that makes sense. So I was struggling and I was so fixated on trying to get the how people would notice me. Like it just became overwhelming and consuming my brain. So I'm like, you know what? I'm over this. If I can't have fun with it, and I think that's why I stopped posting because it wasn't fun anymore. It took the fun out of it. I was literally beating my brain every day about how I'm going to edit a freaking video just so somebody can book an appointment. Like, oh my gosh, I need to figure out how this is going to go viral. I need to figure out how this is going to reach a lot of people. Look, y'all, I'm telling you right now, stop it. Stop overthinking. Your work is good. It doesn't matter how you edit the freaking video. What matters is that work and how you are braiding, how you are doing hair. That's what matters. As long as you are showing the folks that you know how to do hair and you are good at what you do, enough said, enough done. Don't try to sit here and watch other people videos on how they edit or literally take a week. Or sometimes we get so overwhelmed and we're so picky about how we edit freaking videos, the video never gets posted because we are picking apart every single little detail because we think somebody else is going to notice it or they're not going to book it or that doesn't match my aesthetics. I'm so sick of the whole aesthetics era. I'm just going to say that. I'm sick of it. Look. I don't care about a grass wall. I don't care about a neon light sign. I don't care about none of that. And neither should the client because none of that, you can have all the beautiful stuff around you, but what that work look like though? What does that work look like? Oh, okay. Okay. A lot of customers get so fixated on the background, the aesthetics, what it looks like versus what the hair really looks like. And I'm not even talking about just the finishing of it. I'm talking about the foundation. Okay? I'm talking about the foundation, and y'all know where I'm going with that because just because it look good on the outside don't mean that braid foundation is right to that sewing. The next thing you know, your braid is coming out 2 weeks later when it shouldn't even be there. But because of the aesthetics and because of what it looked like on the outside and the finishing touches looked cute. Yeah. But anyways, back to the topic. So I had to get out of that mindset. I'm like, you know what, girl, you know who you are. You know the type of work that you develop. You know your gift is top tier. Everybody that sits in your chair gets up slayed. Why are you in your head? Because then comes the doubt, the talking down on yourself, and you're doing all of this mentally. You're doing all of this mentally, like literally, like I'm not good enough. Like that don't look good. That don't look like that person. That person's going viral, but I need to fix that so I can go. Look, y'all, stop being fixated on going viral. Okay? Because people go viral and still be broke. Let me just say that. Okay? So don't, your goal should never be to go viral. Your goal should never be to have a big following, because again, a lot of people can have a big following and not making no money, and they not booked, y'all. I'm not telling you something that I read somewhere. I'm telling you something that I know, that I've seen from my own eyes. Okay? Like I'm telling you, like for real, that should not be the goal. Nor should it be on our mind as a goal and beating ourselves up about it when we don't reach that. Just because you don't go viral does not mean you're not a good braider. Just because you don't go viral does not mean your work is less than the people that do go viral. It doesn't mean any of that. It doesn't mean any of that. When I tell you, you have to pray that spirit up off of you and become mentally strong. You have to become mentally strong to know that you are that person. You are that girl. You are that boy. Like you are standing behind this chair for a reason. Okay? Your gift is top tier and can't nobody touch you. You gotta have a fearless mentality. And when you grow and develop a fearless mentality, nothing that nobody say, nothing that nobody can do, say, or post about you that's going to make you feel or think anything less. You also have to have tunnel vision. When I mean tunnel vision, like you in your own lane, you only looking at yourself. You're trying to outdo the old you. You're trying to outdo your own content. You not on social media looking at what somebody else doing, okay? Because this is your marathon. This is your marathon. This is your race. Nobody else is in your lane. That is the mentality that you have to have. And that's the mentality that I developed. I've always been confident about my work. Like anybody that has ever encountered me, sat in my chair, they all say the same thing. Like I am confident about the work that I develop because I know I'm that girl. I know I'm that girl. Why? Because I've been that girl since I was 13. You feel me? And can't nobody tell me nothing different. I don't have to tell nobody that I do great work. They can pull up my social media. They can pull up my website. They can look at me and see that I'm that girl when it comes to doing hair. And that's on period. And you have to have that same mentality. It has nothing to do with like being cocky. It's all about confidence, because when people see you believe in yourself, they're going to believe in you. They're going to believe in you and they're going to believe in your work. Even if you are a beginner braider and you are just starting out, you still have to walk and talk like you're that girl. Don't ever talk down on yourself, because words have power. And what you speak out of your mouth goes right here. When you hear it, when it goes into your ears, it goes into your brain and it's going to sit there. Why speak negativity to yourself? It's one thing to think it, but to let it come out your mouth and then come back, like it's just a repeated cycle. It's a repeated cycle that has to stop. I'm telling you, being in your own head will have you just stuck and feeling so stagnant, and you feel like I can't grow. There's nowhere I can go. Like I don't know how to be like them. I don't know how to. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I don't know what. Like, what else can I do? How can I grow? You grow by looking at your own work and not nobody else's. When I tell you, people that take my class, this is the same problem that they have. They're always looking at what somebody else doing. One thing I don't do, I don't get on social media to scroll, to look at other people's work, to dissect how they edit a video, dissect how they braided something. Like, I don't do any of that. I get on social media to post my content and I get off. And it took me a long time to get this way, because at one point I would be scrolling for hours, haven't posted anything, and scrolling don't make me no money, and it don't make you no money either. So why not develop boundaries with yourself? Posting makes you money. Posting gets you bookings. That keeps money in your pocket. And when I tell you, when you stay booked, like when you're doing it without like even second guessing yourself or thinking, next thing you know, you're literally booked every day, all day. And then when you get a second and moment to breathe and think, you'll be like, dang, I ain't even been thinking like that. I ain't saying not one negative thing about myself mentally, because you in your zone. You in your zone. Whatever your goal is, your goal should be at the forefront of your mind. Your why and your goal. Your why is going to get you to your goal. And what I mean by your why is, why did you start braiding? Why did you start doing hair? Why? If your why is because you want to go viral, it's because you want to be a celebrity hairstylist, it's because you want a bigger following, you're a small-minded person. Because that can only go so far. Because social media can leave us today or tomorrow. What are you gonna do when that happens? And I'm keeping it real and raw with y'all. Your why has to be something that nobody can take from you. Your why. Why I started doing hair, well, let me just say, I always say braiding hair found me. But in middle school, around 14, 15, no, that's high school. Yeah. My why was because I would have clients sit in my chair and they would just rip themselves apart in my chair. Like, I'm so ugly. I don't have any edges. I'm bald headed. My hair is this. My hair is that. I just keep it covered up. I just want to keep braids in it. And I didn't grow up in a household where talking down on yourself or others was allowed, nor did I hear it. So when clients would sit in my chair and do that, it would make me so uncomfortable. And I really wouldn't have much to say, y'all, because let's be real, I'm a kid and I'm servicing children, I'm servicing adults. So I'm not knowing what to say to a grown woman who's calling herself ugly and bald headed when I'm looking at her edges and she's not. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, something just clicked in me, like, because they would ask me, like, what products do you recommend? And I would just use, like, of course, what I've been using on myself. But once I started digging into natural hair care. I started looking at the actual ingredients in the products and what they do. I started to research what is good for natural black hair. And that was my why. My why was, I want to make women feel beautiful in their own hair, because weave should be a choice, not a necessity. You know what I'm saying? And I want women to know and to feel fearless, to, like, if they want to wake up and walk out the house, like, with their afro or with their twist out or with their locks, and they feel beautiful, that's my why. That's my why. Not always feeling like you have to cover up your hair because you don't have enough or you don't feel like you can do anything with it. So my clients, I would teach them about the products. I would teach them about the ingredients, what products to stay away from, what products they can use, and everything like that. And that's when I became known as the braider that grew edges. That was what I was known for. That was what I was known for in St. Louis. A lot of people say I braided like the Africans, but I didn't take edges out. I didn't take hair out. People said I had growing hands still to this day. And that is my why. That is my why. My why was never to become a celebrity hairstylist, have a big following. Like, that wasn't a thing when I was coming up, you know, and I hate that has become a thing, because that thing is like so minute. It's so minute, like, to think that is the end all be all. And to think that once you get that big following or you get that celebrity in your chair, like, you've made it. Like, having a celebrity in your chair does not, if you do or do not have ever service a celebrity, that doesn't mean that your work is not of stature. That doesn't mean that your work is less than. That doesn't mean any of that. Like, those people are regular smuggler people just like us. Literally. And it doesn't mean that you're going to I don't understand why people mentally think that becoming a celebrity hairstylist is just gonna bring you all of this money and stuff like that. Yeah, if you're like an arrogant Tay who's contracted with Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it ain't that, but like even him, like he still services regular people, like. So I don't know what makes you guys think that. I don't even know how to explain it, but I just hate when I go speak at schools and when my students say, oh, I want to be a celebrity hairstylist, and I ask them why, and they say that, oh, it'll just make me feel good to know that my work is good. First of all, again, just because you touch a celebrity or you do not, that does not mean that your work is better or lesser than anyone else's. There are people that service celebrities and they don't do good hair. Like let's keep it real and raw. Like, they don't do good hair, but they're servicing celebrities. And there are regular smuggler hairstylists out here like me and you, and our work is way top tier. But again, just because you haven't touched a celebrity, that doesn't mean that your work is less than. Okay, so please stop equating that with how good or how less your gift is, or how good or how less your work is. And that's another thing that plays on the mental too. Like, again, it goes back to comparison. Like, stop comparing yourself to a celebrity hairstylist. That's their journey. That's what God had for them. You know what I'm saying? And again, once you find your why, you won't be chasing things that just like that really doesn't have any value, you know? And a lot of times you guys are chasing things that God does not have for you. You're chasing the title of being a celebrity hairstylist, but that's not in God's plans for you. God wants you to touch other people. Whoever he has that he's going to send to you, he's sending them to you for a reason. Okay? Braiding hair is our ministry. This is our ministry behind this chair. Okay? And once I came to terms with that, all I would say is, God, your will, your way. All I have to do is meet God halfway and just do what I do best. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting in the work, but I'm not praying for specific things like being a celebrity hairstylist. I'm not doing that, because what if that is not what he has for me? And I can't be disappointed and I can't be angry at him for not giving that for me, because again, being a celebrity hairstylist, y'all are equating that with my work is good once I touch a celebrity. And it's not that. It's not that. What makes me feel good is being booked every day. A gift that chose me, that God put in me and that he trusts me with to touch his people. That is what makes me feel good. When women get up from my chair, and even men get up from my chair, and they feel confident and they have a smile on their face, like the transformation, like now I'm servicing more alopecia clients, and when they come to me like, I didn't even know I could get this done, I haven't seen it done, and I do it with the utmost integrity and taking care of their hair, and they get up and they have the biggest smiles on their face. It's like, that's attached to my why. And again, this is my ministry. So when I see them do that, it makes me feel so good that I'm able to do something like that, to make somebody feel good about themselves. Like, it's so powerful to do that. And I'm thinking I just have this little simple gift of just braiding hair. But people get so much more than that when they come to my chair. You know what I'm saying? Like, people get so much more. And again, once you figure out your why, you will become fearless. The why will drive you to reach all of your goals. I have no doubt in my mind that I'm not going to reach all my goals. I know that I am. I know that I am because I'm operating in my why. I'm operating in my purpose. I'm operating in my gift. And once you guys just do that, everything else will fall into place. God will just start dropping everything, even things that you never could even dream of. He's just gonna start dropping them, just because he saw fit for you. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. During the pandemic, I got the chance to work with a celebrity hairstylist, and I got the opportunity to work with some celebrities, and that landed my work being on the biggest billboard in Times Square. Now, I never in a million years said that I wanted to be a celebrity hairstylist. I wanted to braid a celebrity. I wanted to, that was never a thought. My goal was, and still is opening my salon. And I always had it by a certain age, but I'm like, you know what? Your will, your way. Whenever that may be. I feel like I'm closer than I think. But back to what I was saying. I was blessed with that opportunity. And after that, everybody was like, oh my gosh, you're a celebrity hairstylist. And I'm like, no, I'm just a hairstylist that serviced a celebrity. My prices didn't go up. I wasn't like, I think I put it in my bio for a little bit because that's what the person I was working with, they were like, yeah, you need to put that in your bio. So that's what I did. But after a while, I took it away because I'm like, it's not feeling me. It's not feeling me. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, that title is not fulfilling me. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so I did that. I had a great experience doing it. It was super fun. But God saw fit. See what I'm saying? I never told him, God, make me a celebrity hairstylist. I want to serve a celebrity. I never said that. That was never a goal of mine. My goal was just opening my salon. But because I was operating in my why, I'm operating in my purpose, that blessing came along, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for it. Like, words cannot describe how I felt. Like, and I'm so upset. Like, it was during the pandemic, so I wasn't able to be in Times Square when it hit the billboard, but I was still overwhelmed with joy. I was crying. My whole family was crying. Like, dang, girl, you did that. Like, you really did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, who would have ever thought? Like, God saw fit for that to happen for me. You see what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say this. When you're behind this chair, you're going to go through some things, and you're going to grow through some things. Okay? And I will say that even when you have clients that you cannot please, because you can't please everybody, okay? So please understand that, to my beginner braiders, you cannot please everybody. It is impossible, okay? You're going to have some people, you're going to run into some people that nobody can please them. They may talk crap about you. Now everybody makes a post, everybody makes a TikTok. If you do encounter those, don't waver. And don't second guess yourself. People still talk about Jesus Christ. Do you think his power has dwindled? No. People talk about Walmart. They talk about Target. They talk about McDonald's. But yet, they still getting that coin. Okay? Never let what somebody says about you question who you are. question why you're behind this chair, and question your gift and what you do. You have to have a fearless mentality to one, know that you're that girl or that guy. And no matter what nobody says, it will not diminish the gift that you have. It will not diminish what you are capable of doing and the work that you are developing through your hands. Okay? You're going to hit some bumps in the road. And when you do, just sit back and analyze, okay, what is this teaching me? That's how I look at stuff. After over 15 years in the game, like when I do, it's very rare that I get, someone uneasy or upset or whatever. But when that happens now, I just sit back. I don't respond. I don't engage. I just sit back like, what was the lesson? There was a lesson in that. Because everything happens for a reason. What was the lesson in that? Now, sometimes you just get some people who just crazy and just do stuff just so they can have something to talk about. Nowadays, you got people who clout chase because they want to go viral on TikTok or whatever the case may be. But again, you got to look at situations like, what did I learn from that? Or what can I learn from that situation? Or how can I be better? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at things. I don't look at things as if someone says, oh, my hair is ugly. Okay. We know your hair not ugly. We know that. So there's no need for me to go back and forth. And that's another thing. You guys never go back and forth with a customer or a client. Like, if they want to go off, let them go off. Respond in a professional manner. And if you need help with learning how to respond in a professional manner, you can just hit me up, girl. I can let you know. I'm really good with words. But yeah, don't let what they say bring you down mentally. And also, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Because it ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay? Now, if you know you messed that person's head up, okay, then you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that, okay? Now, I ain't condoning all that mess. Okay? I'm saying if you know you did everything right by the book with the best integrity, keep it pushing because you know you good. Okay? I would also say remove yourself from any negativity. That can also play on your mental as well. Remove yourself from people who talk negative, who unfollow people who post negative things. All of that stuff can play on your mental. So you don't want to consume things that, if you know you're not mentally strong enough to see and hear and deal with all this stuff, remove yourself. Okay? I don't follow negative people. I don't listen to negative posts on TikTok because I'm a TikTok girl. I don't do any of that. And I'm strong enough to, but because I developed myself not to consume it, I just don't. Like, it's just like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to read that. I don't follow blogs, never have. That's just not my zhuzh, It's not my zhuzh. And I just choose to focus on more positive things. And I choose to focus on developing the better version of myself. Not only for me, but also for the people that sit in my chair. Because again, they are not sitting in my chair by mistake. I pray for my chair. I pray over my clientele. I pray that God sends me the people that need me. I ask for God to send people that I may need. You know what I'm saying? So, and He's done just that. Everything that you ask God for, He will give it to you. Whatever you ask Him to remove, He will remove it. Whatever you ask Him to add, He will add as He sees fit. Again, I always say, God, your will, your way, whatever that may look like, because we have no control over it. Only thing we have control over is to do what He has given us to do. Okay, whether it's braid, do hair, nails, what have you. Okay, just do that and be the best you can be. Okay. And that is it for today's episode, y'all. I really hope and pray that something that I said registered to you. Mental health is very important. We do go through a lot mentally behind these chairs. People like to mentally abuse us behind these chairs, especially with social media. With it going rapid fire, with people making posts about hairstylists and it going viral within a matter of seconds. Don't let that get you. Don't let that stuff get you down. Don't let that stuff get you down, because if you do, you're going to continue to go down. But stay 10 toes down. And as Nipsey Hussle say, it's not on you, it's in you, and what's in you they can't take away. Okay? Know that you are that girl. Know that you are that guy, and that you got this. God gave you the gift for a reason. He gave it to, he trusts you with it. So do what you do best, okay? And slay. And touch God's people. They coming to you for a reason. They need you for a reason, okay? So continue to be who you are. Stay true to your gift, and everything else will follow. And if y'all like this video, like it, press that like button, and comment down below some other topics that I can talk about in the beauty industry. Okay, y'all, because we got a lot to talk about. I got more episodes coming, being consistent with it. Thank y'all for following me in my journey and everything. I truly love y'all. Appreciate y'all support. And we got more coming from the Beauty Hustle podcast. Until next time, y'all. Bye.